Welcome to class 5, and in this class it's going to get really good. You're going to really love this one. When I first came up with this exercise, it was when I was driving. I was driving to a shopping centre and it just suddenly hit me to do this exercise. And I did it and I said these things out loud for the whole of the journey, and amazing things happened. When I got to the shopping centre, I needed to do a few things. And so I went to the ATM first and I took out $100 out of the ATM. And I knew that all of the things that I needed to get and do would use that $100 up completely. And I went to the first place and to book an appointment in with them. And they said for me to come back later. I made the appointment and come back later. And then I went to the next place. And when I went to the next place, they actually had a special offer on what I was going to get. And I also had a gift voucher from them too. And so it ended up being a fraction of the price that I expected it to be. And then I went back for my appointment that I'd made first of all. And then they told me, oh, you only need to pay half price. We're going to put it in your notes that you only need to pay half price next time because you're really quick to deal with. And then I went to a shop to go and get something again. It was reduced in price, and I had some points on the card, and so I didn't even need to pay for it. And then I went to go and get a pedicure, and this was the last thing on my list. And what happened was I got the pedicure and all of the staff left. It was at the end of the day, and as my toes were drying, all the staff had gone and there was nobody even there to pay. And I walked out of that shopping centre and I had almost all of that $100 left in my purse. That's how powerful this exercise is. You're going to receive immediately when you do this exercise, and it's so exciting and it makes you feel so amazing too, and you'll want to do this a lot, so you're going to love this one. I call it the gratitude exercise, and you might be thinking, oh yeah, I do my gratitude stuff all the time, but this is very specific and it's really going to make a big difference. And so what happens in this gratitude exercise is you're going to go chronologically through your life as early as you can remember, well, even the parts that you don't remember, and look back on it. And you're going to be grateful for all the things that you've received. And so you start off as a baby. What did you receive as a baby? You received your mother's milk or bottled milk. You received the care from your parents. And what I want you to do is go through everything that you've received in your life, being as specific as possible and being grateful for it. So you can say, I'm very grateful for the care that my parents gave me as a baby, and I'm very grateful for the pocket money that my parents gave me. I'm very grateful for the school trips that they sent me on. I'm very grateful for all the comics that I had. I'm very grateful for the money that I got from part-time work. I'm very grateful for the student loan that I got. I'm very grateful for the student grant that I got. I'm very grateful for the money that my parents gave me to help me out as a student. I'm very grateful for the house that my parents let me stay in. I'm very grateful for the food that they provided for me. I'm very grateful for my earnings from my first job. I'm very grateful for the bonuses that I got. I'm very grateful for the benefits, the government benefits that I got. And just go through chronologically in your life until you get to the present day. And the first time you do this, it's going to feel great. You'll feel really good after it. And you'll get immediate results from it like I did. And the second time you do it, you'll remember even more. And as you're going through it as well, you'll want to go back because you'll remember things that you'd forgotten about and say you're grateful for that. And so just keep this going as long as you can, all of the things that you're grateful for having received. And what this does is it tunes you into receiving. And as I said in my example, when I first did this exercise, you get immediate benefits from it, and it will happen. And I didn't even expect it to happen. Like, I wasn't even looking for it to happen, and it just blew me away, the difference that it made. And I didn't do the exercise. The next time I went, I think it was about a month later when I went to pretty much get all of the same things done. and I didn't do this exercise before I went. And what happened is the place that said that they'd put me as half price on it changed their mind and said, oh no, pay full price. And I really regretted, everything was like full price, and I really regretted not having done this before I went. And so do it as much as possible, and especially if you're going somewhere where it's possible for you to receive. Then once you have done this, what I want you to do is actually to look for the places that you could receive. You see, a lot of us are receiving, but we're not paying attention to it. We're not paying attention where all of these things are. And so if you asked for something, if you want something, you need to look for it. And so an example is you do this exercise, this gratitude exercise, and you're feeling really grateful for everything. You can write it down too. It's good to write it down too and do a mixture of speaking it out loud to yourself or to someone else and writing it down. Sometimes I'll get up in the morning and just write it all down. It takes quite a while to do that, but it's a really good exercise and makes you feel really good. So once you've done that, you're looking for it. And so what I do is I'll go and check the post box to see if something's been delivered. I'll look in my email box to see if something's been delivered to me. I'll check any vouchers that I've got. I'll kind of look around the house for vouchers to see where I've actually received something and not used it yet. I will look at my tickets for draws and things like that and see if I've got winnings somewhere. I will look at my bank accounts and see if something's gone in there. And so I'm constantly looking for where the universe has given me these things that I want. And you can do that too, because you'll start finding things when you do that. When you start looking for it, you'll start finding these things. And it gives you more to appreciate when you do that as well. Because the universe, it doesn't feel so good when it's given us the things that we're asking for. So say you've asked for $100 from the universe and you really want $100, and it's given you $100 or more in vouchers in the last 2 days, and you've not even noticed, that the universe then is just like, well, I've given it you. I've given it you and you haven't even seen it. And so pay attention and look for the stuff to be grateful for and add it to your gratitude practice. It's just so powerful. You're going to love it when you do this. It's such a great thing to do. And the other thing that I want you to do this week, and it's not so much a thing to do, it's something to understand about yourself, is that you're worthy. You're worthy of receiving. And often we don't really understand what that means. Like, we hear it and we say, yes, it's true, but we don't really feel it. We don't really understand what it means in our hearts and feel it. Actually, what it means in a material way, in a down-to-earth kind of way. We kind of understand it spiritually, but not actually what it means in our daily lives. And so I want to explain that to you. Imagine a queen. Imagine if you're a queen. Think about a queen now. Queens receive from everyone in the country. They get some money from everyone in the country from the taxes. And so they receive from everyone. And they receive from everyone just for who they are. Just for who they are. No other reason. Not whether they do good work, not whether they deserve, try and earn it some way, not whether, just for who they are. They get that money. And they also get a big palace just for who they are. It's just given to them. It's handed down to them. They don't need to pay rent. They don't need to pay mortgage. They don't need to do anything like that. It's just given to them. And they get respect. They get a red carpet roll out in front of them wherever they go. And they, in polished cars, they get driven around by chauffeurs. And they get everything that they want. Even they get given products and stuff that they want as well, free, because of who they are. They get them from the companies and the places that they like. And so they're showered with all of these gifts. They are the best at receiving. And that is how the universe sees us. That is what we're all worthy of. We're all worthy to receive just for who we are. Not for earning it, not for justifying it, not for working for it, not for struggling for it, not for proving it, not for trading for it, not for any hard work that we do, just for who we are. And that kind of seems a bit strange to us because that's not what we experience, and we experience what we believe. We've all grown up in a society that believes that you need to work hard to receive, and it's actually not true. In fact, the opposite's true. Is the easier you make things, the more you'll receive. I'm just learning about this in my business now. Gone from wanting to help a lot of people one-on-one to completely getting out of the way of it and being able to deliver courses like this to a lot of people. Suddenly I'm reaching many, many more people, and those people could not come to me before that because there was no way that I'd be able to serve all of those people. There's too many of them, and there's only one of me. Whereas now I've made it really easy, I can serve a lot of people. And it's exactly the same for everyone in everything. The easier you'll allow it to be, the more you can receive. You stand in your own way. You're the only one standing in your own way from receiving. And so now we've got rid of all of that junk, all of the powers and all of the bad stuff that was stopping us. Now we want to tune into the positive stuff that's actually going to attract it to us. And a lot of that is the belief about yourself and how you feel about yourself. And so start to see yourself as a queen. Actually feel like a queen every day. In everything that you do, expect to be, just kind of visualize it. Expect people just to give you things. Because if we were all doing that, then we'd live in an amazing world. If everyone felt like that and everyone was receiving like that. Because there's no limitations, we're not, when we receive something, we don't take it from someone else. It actually gets created. The universe is unlimited and it actually creates everything into our realities. As I said at the start of this course, reality is not what we think it is. We're constantly creating, and we're the ones that are in control of our environment and what comes into our lives or not. And so we don't take from anyone else. We actually create. And so it's up to you to get into that queen vibe by imagining it. Imagine a red carpet being rolled out in front of you. Imagine the whole world giving you a cent each so that they're paying for your house and paying for everything. Imagine that kind of receiving on a big scale. Tune into it and just imagine what that would be like. Go through your day as if that's you. Actually feel what it would be like to be a queen and how you would sit differently. Like I can feel it just talking about it. I'm sitting up straighter and I'm feeling more confident and feeling really good in myself. So, and feel what it would be like to be a queen. This might, if this is new to you, it might be difficult to tune into at first because you might, as we said in the last lesson, you might have had judgments about people that receive easily, like a queen. I did. I remember when I was a student having a conversation with somebody about it, saying, royalty should have to prove themselves. This is how far removed I was from receiving. Royalty should have to prove themselves, they should earn it. I don't believe that at all now. I think they're showing us the way. And so that's your exercises for this week. The gratitude exercise, which you will want to keep with you for the rest of your life because it's amazing. And let us know in the comments below. Let us know what turns up when you do that. It really does make you feel amazing, that exercise. So keep doing that. And visualize yourself as a queen and tune into that energy. And so have a great week doing that. And then I'll see you next week for the final lesson. See, it's getting easier. I told you it'd get easier. See you.